What just happened? That was the most intense episode of Gotham yet. And of course I'm talking about the two-part... Hold on, let me turn this off real quick because I'm a bad YouTuber. I forgot to. That should be fine. That's what I wanted to shut off. Oh my god, I'm a bad YouTuber. Anyways, so I'm gonna be reviewing the season finale of Gotham, which aired tonight. It was a two-parter, 2-hour, and of course there's gonna be spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, click away from this video now. Alright, so let's get into what just happened. So it pretty much started off with everyone going crazy from the virus of the Tetch virus, as they're referring to it in the show. And everyone's losing their mind, going crazy with this almost Bane-like power. And, you know, Jim has it because he had to get out of that casket when he was buried alive last episode. And he's trying to fight it, but it's like he can't fight it because each time he goes a little bit crazy, it gets stronger and stronger, which causes Jim to lose his cool more. And while we're worrying about Jim, Bruce is in custody in the interrogation office thing, and they're trying to be like, hey Bruce, you need to remember who you are, you're not like this, blah blah blah. And Bruce is like, no, this is who I am, this is my destiny. And Alfred's like, no, it's not. And he goes on like this speech about how much he loves Bruce and how much Bruce means to him and what he would do for Bruce. And Bruce is like, I don't want to hear it, just be quiet, shut up, don't talk to me, you killed my mentor. And eventually one of the cops, I think his name is Alvarez, something like that, goes crazy and, you know, starts killing a bunch of other cops because he has the virus. And Alfred's like, oh, I gotta protect Bruce, which he does, but Bruce escapes. And Alfred goes looking for Bruce, while Jim and Harvey are looking for the antidote. They eventually find Fish Mooney with Hugo Strange, Penguin, Firefly, and Mr. Freeze. And eventually, you know, after they're talking, Mr. Freeze tries to freeze Jim and Harvey, but Jim goes in his Bane-like mode with the Tetch virus, pulls some water down from the ceiling, and just creates a wall between Jim, Harvey, and the bad guys. And after, you know, commercial break and whatnot, Jim breaks through the ice and they go looking for him. While at the same time, Bruce is looking for the demon's head, which is, I'll get into it later, pretty much Ra's al Ghul. And this was pretty crazy because in the Dark Knight trilogy, Bruce Wayne is trained by Ra's al Ghul. And in this, he's looking for Ra's, maybe to train him, we don't know yet. His old mentor guy just told him, hey, look for the demon's head. So Bruce does. He finds him. And Alfred has been kidnapped by the League of Shadows. And he tells Bruce, I told you can't get rid of me, you know, blah blah blah, butler stuff. And Ra's gives Bruce a sword. He's like, fulfill your destiny and kill him. And before, you know, Bruce is holding the sword towards Alfred and looking at him, Alfred goes on this speech about how he loves him and what it was like when his parents brought him home and as a newborn baby. And Bruce is like, you can tell inside of his head he's fighting, saying, I can't do it. But he does. He stabs Alfred in the chest, killing him instantly. Well, not instantly, but he kills him. And then you can tell, like, immediately after Bruce did it, he regretted it. So, Bruce is upset, as you would be if you were brainwashed and then found out that you killed your butler. And he goes after Ra's, but Ra's is gone. So he gets a bowl from the Lazarus, and he saves Alfred. Well, he doesn't really save him. He's already dead. He just, you know, just brings him back to life. Because everybody in Gotham dies at least once and then comes back, apparently. I think Bruce hasn't died yet. Jim hasn't died yet. Harvey hasn't died yet. There's a couple characters that haven't died yet. But I'm sure they will, and they'll find a way to bring him back to life. And, so he takes Alfred to the hospital and all that. Meanwhile, Jim and Harvey are still trying to find the cure. And they get to this place. And they take out all the League of Shadows that's there. And Jim stabs Fish Mooney. But Fish was holding the antidote. And she drops it, breaking all of the antidote. So Fish dies again. And Jim's like, oh man, I gotta find another cure. So there's that. So they find, well, they don't find Jervis. They bribe Riddler into trading off Jervis for Penguin. And Barbara Tabitha? I'm just gonna call her Tabby because it's what Barbara calls her sometimes. Barbara, Tabby, and Butch get there and realize, yo, Riddler's gone with Jervis, aka the Mad Hatter. And, you know, they find out from a dirty cop where Jim, Harvey, and Penguin are. So they go, there's a massive shootout, and then Penguin escapes with Riddler after knocking him out, and Jim, Harvey, and Jervis escape. Now they're in this warehouse. Butch, Barbs, and Tabby are looking for Jim, Harvey, and Jervis. This is getting a little complicated. And Jervis is talking his trash, saying, oh, you're gonna turn, blah, blah, blah. And Jim's like, he's threatening him, and Harvey's like, man, we need him, blah, blah, blah. And then Jim's like, we don't need all of him. And I don't know if he, like, ripped off his ear, or what he did, but it was enough to leave a lot of blood. Enough blood to fill up a jar, so I don't know. Is he dead? Is he not dead? I don't know. He didn't really give a, like, direct thing. I mean, he was twitching, so maybe he's alive? I don't know. We'll find out in season 4. So they get his blood, and they make the antidote. And Jim's like, he goes crazy. He's like, I need 2 of these. They're like, well, you gotta wait like 2 hours. No, I need 2 now. He breaks the doctor dude's hands. He locks Harvey in a, I don't know what the police would call it. It's like where the scientist was making the stuff for the antidote. So then Jim goes to his house and he finds, well, no, it wasn't his house. It was the doctor's, not the doctor. It was Falcone's kid's house, wasn't it? Or maybe it was Jim's house. No, it was Lee's house. So pretty much the doctor's. And he finds her and he tries to put the antidote in her, but it doesn't work. And she kisses Jim and he fully turns. And he's at the train station and Harvey gets there. And Harvey's like, yo, you're a good cop. You're the best cop I ever worked with. Blah, blah, blah. Jim freaks out, and he doesn't kill Harvey. Harvey gives Jim his badge. He's like, this isn't you. Jim's like, yes it is. And then he's like, this is you, gives Jim his badge, and Jim's like, maybe this dude's right. So, Jim gets to the train, and he gives, well, he doesn't give it to her, but he gets up, he says, I love you, Lee, and I can't remember if he hugged her or he kissed her, he did one of the two, and he injects the antidote in her, and she goes back to normal. Then Jim does the same to himself, and that's pretty much the end of that part. Meanwhile, Butch and Tabby have decided they're going to kill Barbara. And I guess Barbara already knew about it, because Butch was waiting outside somewhere plotting to kill Barbara, and Barbara's like, ha, I knew about it, and shoots Butch right in the head. And that's the end of Butch. Or is it? Listen to the end to find out. And then, meanwhile, Bruce is like, yo, please officer, come back to life. He's waiting outside, and Selena shows up. I'm saying a lot of this out of order, but, you know, it's whatever. And Selena's waiting outside, or Bruce is waiting outside, and Selena shows up, and Bruce goes off on her. And he's like, I know you, Selena. You don't care about me or Alfred. And then Selena's like, huh, I thought you knew me. And she leaves, and it's like, oh, Bruce, she really did have feelings for you, homie. She just didn't want to admit it. Oh, So, you know, Bruce pretty much screwed that up. Well, I mean, can't really blame the dude. She was just playing with his emotions a lot. And, you know, Bruce is like, oh, screw it, whatever. Chicks are crazy anyways.
You know, I saw my folks get whacked when I was a kid too.
So, Tabby shows up to the safe house where Butch and Barbara were going to meet. And she doesn't know that Butch is dead. So then Barbara shows up. Well, actually, no. First, Tabby sees this box, and she looks at it, and it's Butch's fake hand. And she pretty much knows there, like, oh man, Barbara got him. Barbara got him. He's dead. So, you know, Barbara shows up. They have this epic fight, and she kills Barbara. Barbara gets electrocuted and dies. So, that brings us to, I think, close to the end? Let's see what else happened. That's it. Anyways, so then Bruce is at the hospital, Alfred wakes up. Oh, no, I forgot, before we get to that. So, Penguin has Enigma, and he's, you know, talking his trash because he kidnapped him and, you know, all that. And they're just talking trash back and forth. And then he pulls out Enigma of the car. Well, actually, no, he's going to. Enigma kicks open the door, knocks over Penguin, and he says, I'm gonna kill you just like I should have at the docks. This time you are gonna die. And it's like, oh, he got him. So, we get to the docks, and it's pretty much just like it was in the episode where Penguin supposedly died. He's standing by the water, and Name was like, any last words? And he goes, I'll wait till next time. Name was like, but Penguin, there is no next time. You're gonna die. This is it. You're dead. And he's like, you want to believe that? And he goes to pull the trigger, and he doesn't. Well, he does, but then nothing happens. Penguin's just sitting there like, come on, shoot me. And he's like, what? Enigma's confused. He's like, why aren't you dead? Why isn't the gun going off? And he's like, oh yeah. And he pulls all the bullets out. And he's like, yeah, I kind of had the bullets the whole time. And it was the plan. He was purposely talking trash to Enigma because he was telling him pretty much how he's always going to fail. And he doesn't know who he is. So while he was knocked out, Penguin made a couple calls. And he purposely had Enigma kidnap him. He did all this stuff just to prove a point that Enigma will always be wrong. And it was pretty smart because then Mr. Freeze pops out. Poison Ivy pops out, and they freeze Riddler. So that's the end of that. Let's see, anything else? I think that's it. So, let's get to Bruce and Alfred. Alfred wakes up, and Bruce is like, I'm sorry, you know, I didn't know what was going on. Alfred's like, it wasn't you, you know, because Bruce was brainwashed from his sensei. And, you know, water under the bridge, you know. So, Alfred's like, you need to figure out who you are as a man. And Bruce is like, how do I do that? He goes, I can't help you there, mate. Wow, that was intense. Anyways, he's like, I can't help you there, mate. You gotta figure that out on your own. For me, my life is serving and protecting you. You have to find something you love and do the same thing. And Bruce is watching the news, watching Gotham go to chaos. And that's it. Then we go to the bar that Barbara ran. Selena shows up, and her and Tabby become like this team that's like and this is where we get our first taste of Catwoman, because Selena gets a whip, which is Catwoman's signature weapon, and she's really good with it. So it's the first, you know, pretty much the first appearance of Catwoman, which is, you know, pretty cool. And then Jim's at his house talking, or not talking, but he reads this letter from Lee where she pretty much says, I'm leaving Gotham. The only person that can save Gotham is you. Maybe one day we'll be back together. So pretty much what Rachel said to Bruce on why they couldn't be together, when she pretty much said, maybe when Gotham doesn't need Batman, we can be together. So it's pretty much that situation. And then we get to, let's see, Selena's got the whip. Oh yeah. Butch is in the hospital, you know, with a bullet hole in his head, and it's like, he's not gonna live. And the doctors are talking, and they show his reports, and they're like, his name is Butch, but his real name is Cypress Gold. And right there, it's like, who is Cypress Gold? Well, let me show you. Oops, where is it? Does it say his real name? Does it? No? Well, that's gay. Now it looks stupid. Anyways, it's pretty much pointing out that Butch is Solomon Grundy. And one of the craziest things ever. Because I did not think Butch was going to be Solomon Grundy. So, at first I was like, wait a minute, why does that name look familiar? And I thought about it, I was like, oh, Butch is Solomon Grundy. So, you know, that was cool. And then we get to this part where it's a mother, a father, and a daughter. They're walking through an alley. Probably just got done seeing a movie. Good movie at that, maybe. They're all laughing, they're having a great time. And you know, it's very similar to the Bruce Wayne scene when his parents died.
So, who's Robin?
There we go. He was stuck for a
Kid
second.
or something?
And it's... Anyways, they're walking down the alley, and a masked mugger shows up out of nowhere. And he's asking for the money and all of that. And the girl screams. Both the girls scream. And then a hooded figure with a cape shows out of nowhere and beats the dude up. So that's not, I tried to do a combo, I'm not cool. And then the dude in the mask runs away. Or he doesn't run away, but after he beats up the guy, he leaves. And then we get this shot with this guy in a cape. It goes like this. He's in all black. Goes from his legs up. And takes off the mask. And it's Bruce Wayne. And it ends. It ends at the beginning of the Batman. And here's what I find interesting. They said that the last episode of Gotham will have something, like, ever. Like, the series finale of Gotham will have something to do with Bruce pretty much being Batman. But we see Bruce in a cape in all black, pretty much the Batman. But Gotham was renewed for a 4th season. So we get to see this guy in Gotham. Now, a lot of people have a lot of mixed emotions about Gotham, and I like it. I love it. It's my favorite show, and I will fight this till the day I die. Gotham is a great show. It's got a new take on all the characters, on the city itself, and I like it. And a lot of people I can already see are gonna complain that Batman's not a teenager, you know, that's not Batman Beyond. Read a comic, bro. In the 1970s, the first Robin, it wasn't Dick Grayson. It was Bruce Wayne. Now, did he go by Robin? I don't think he went by Robin. But he was dressed like Robin, and he was a vigilante. No, he was Robin. He went by Robin. Batman... Bruce was a superhero in the 1970s version, you know, with the blue mask and blue and gray suit. He was a hero as a teenager. But I don't think they're going to go with the whole he's Robin thing. I think they're going to straight up be like, hey, he's Batman. So I'm fine with it. I am okay with it. And the promo for season 4, which it says that Gotham's moving to Thursdays, which I'm really happy about because I don't have to switch channels between Gotham and Raw anymore. So that's amazing. So it says a boy becomes a legend. And that legend is the Batman. It's gonna be so dope. Gotham's amazing. I love this show. Definitely my favorite show of all time. And if for season 4 you guys want to see me review Gotham, let me know. I'll review Gotham.
Yeah, I fought
It'd be
Batman
legit.
once. Broke my arm in 3 places.
I'd be more than happy to do it. Maybe do some...
Lightning ain't gonna
Okay, you can stop talking. Maybe do a predictions of what I think is going to happen on Gotham in season 4. Who knows? So, yeah. See you.